wanted to continue here with the next part of this. So even if you're working on that advanced solids assembly, or messing with the loft and all that stuff, just hang on real quick and watch this, because you're going to need to know this. This is what they call material application, and the reason I'm showing you this is because the next thing that you guys are going to be doing, and we kind of have a fairly extended period to do this, is in your M drive. If you notice, there is this 3D CAD modeling room design sheet, and the way this guy is, tools, is this guy is essentially a room you're going to design, and in this room are going to be a whole bunch of different things that you come up with. And the fairly intimidating part about this is that I don't have the answer for you of what it's going to look like, because that is up to you. Okay, so this is, when they talk about computer-aided design software, this is the design side of it, right? Not just the drawing, mechanical drawing, but also, hey man, I wanted to design this awesome lamp. Do it, right? So you guys have these skills now, and I know that they're fairly new, but from my experience, how you get good at this is not drawing like a bolt or a nut, not to pick on any crazy. That only satisfies your interest for so long, and then you're like, great, so I drew a nut. Great, right? But when you're invested in it, like, I want to draw this chair, and you know in your mind what you want it to look like, then you're actually going to try, because that's your thing, not my thing. So that's why the room design, I think, really reinforces a lot of the 3D commands, because now it's not just some stupid advanced solid shape, it's your shape, okay? So in this, you're going to notice that essentially it's just designing a room. The room layout is pretty simple. Because we're going to shoot this from a certain angle, you only need 2 walls and a floor. So that's kind of nice, right? You don't have to come up with a ceiling and 4 walls and all that. So you're going to need 2 walls and a floor. And believe it or not, this is how easy it is. You ready for this? I'm going to do a wall right here. Love it? There's a wall. Love it? That's it. Okay? So this right now is a wall or floor. That's how long it is. So how would I change that? Well, I would rotate. Remember, we just did this coordinates view, and now I would spit out a box that is this long. I botched that a little bit. Click. There. So there's another. There's my floor and my wall. Okay. So it really is, the walls and the floor are super easy. So when you're looking at this going, this is a lot. It is a lot. But considering how fast it is to make these 2 items, look what's left. Okay. Because we are running slightly behind in work time, I'm pretty happy with the progress we've made instructionally, but I usually have another class to work on this. So, like, no more instruction, just straight work time, and I think that we're a little tight on that. I'm going to omit the chessboard and chess set. If you'd like to do that, you're more than welcome to. I think it's awesome, but if you take a look at these rooms, you're actually going to see that the chess set is a fairly small feature in the overall scheme of this thing. So, like, you can see the chess set in comparison is pretty small. Again, chess set in comparison is pretty small. Okay, so I'm going to leave that up to you. If you want to do it, I think the chess set is pretty awesome, but considering the time that we have to do it, I also think that it might be a little tight. So if you do not want to do the chess set because you're lazy, or you think that maybe you'll run out of time because you're so creative on the other items, see how I did that right there? You're more than welcome to omit that but the other items kind of need to make up the difference. Don't give me a chair that has rectangular legs and a wooden back with slats. Okay, this isn't a kitchen chair. You need to kind of like put a little bit into it. Remember, the 2 floors in the wall took me less than 30 seconds while I'm talking, right? And I omitted the chessboard and chess set, so you really kind of need to put something into the rest of that. Yeah.
I have multiple questions, so you can just keep going. I just want to let you.
Like for the good of the order, or?
Well, one thing was, you see how they're colored and like.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
We're gonna do that. Okay. And then the second thing was, do we just design our own, or do we have to like find one?
Nope. You're gonna do your very own. So, to answer Gage's question and kind of what I was starting to say when I did all this, if I'm trying to make this look like a real thing, like if I want this to look like a vase, there's a couple things I need to do to this, right? One is I need to make it glass. That's kind of important. So, in order to do that, they have the ability to go to your visualize ribbon. So what I would love for you to do is draw something, anything, box, cylinder, whatever, sphere, whatever. Draw something quick on your CAD so you can have this for your very own and look at it. And once you have this, you're gonna notice our ribbons at the top. We've done some on home, we've done some on solid. Surface and mesh are kind of, I don't want to say higher end, but they're super involved for some of the stuff that's on there. I don't know that that's really appropriate. I literally have only ever had one class, high school or college, that I've ever gotten to the stuff that's on surface and mesh here. But this stuff is wild if you're ever interested in doing it. The guy that developed this right here, NURBS, was actually a doctoral student at Syracuse University. He is one of the smartest guys I have ever met because he actually lived in this area for a little while. So he's stupid smart. I ran into him, this is a crazy story, way off topic. I used to coach swimming, and I was on my way to a swimming, riding the bus, and this guy was like, oh, so what do you do? Teacher, oh, what do you teach? Technology ed. Oh, yeah? It's like, you ever get into drawing? And I'm like, yeah, I teach a couple sections of CAD. And he's like, oh, yeah. He goes, my brother-in-law is the guy that invented NURBS. I'm like, okay, dude, sure he is, right? And so he's like, no, he's doctors. I can't remember the guy's name. I have it in my, and so I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, look him up. So I did. I looked him up, and I'll pull up the article and show you here in a second. But I looked him up, and sure enough, while he was at Syracuse University, he partnered with this other dude and developed NURBS. NURBS is the ability to, like, if I have this sphere, I can actually like dent it in. So it's like if everything you've seen in a video game for character creation in like Maya or Blender or any of those 3D Studio Max, any of those things where they do character development or scene development, NURBS, yeah, no big deal. You know, that guy, no big deal.
It's like graphics
yeah.
for video games that exist today.
Yep.
That's
so
awesome.
That guy was the dude that came up with that. So no, just a small achievement.
Yeah, big deal.
So he still speaks, if you go nationally, any of these like high-end conferences where they do like development of software products that are coming out or updates, he still is like a guest speaker. So he's I'll show you the article I found about him. Anyway,